Welcome back, everybody. Shade Under here. We're back in 7 days, and I'm preparing a plot to add
It's
an
a
extra
plot.
little bit of stuff to our Horde area because we're getting up there in the Hordes, and I want to try to
not die.
Yeah, actually survive Hordes. So
What a crazy idea. The things this guy comes up with, I tell you.
alright, so this is on the outside, right? That's 1, 2, 2, 3. Yeah, we'll go 3 wide. That's the start of it. I want to sink the first level down into the ground. And I'm going to make it wider than I had on my test server. I'm planning on like a kill corridor, and we've got a bunch of electric wire stuff. We got the blade traps. We have a couple of shotgun turrets. I'm hoping that it will help.
You want to drop some rebar frames, and I'll start plunking them in the hole behind you as you outline things.
Yep.
I just discovered what that terrarium was for.
Snake?
Yep.
Gotta love it.
Not sure why
Yeah.
it's a rattler in a terrarium.
Snakes.
There. Go. And I want it pretty long, so let's see. And we're starting it with reinforced concrete so that it has more hit points and entices the zombies to not feed on it. I really hate it when they do that.
We're going to give them something nice and weak to attack instead. Well, relatively weak, I should say.
I do have to say I love the auger. It makes things a lot quicker.
It's a nice machine, as is the chainsaw.
Well,
When
then
you can get
you'll
it.
love the fact that I got an auger schematic.
Nice.
I thought so.
Hey, Phantom, you can, like, build high-quality tools, right?
Yeah, pretty good. I think I'm at level 5s right now,
Cool.
which, if I'm not mistaken, is the highest level that you can build.
Yeah, you can find higher or buy higher, you just can't build higher.
Yeah.
Huh. Speaking of, I have the impact driver schematic now.
Nice.
Alright. Squared that all off.
Do you have a nail gun?
I do.
Here. Merry Christmas.
Yay!
Because we need to start getting things filled with concrete quickly because we've only got, 3 days before the next horde. And if anybody's wondering why I have so much concrete on me, well, here in a little bit I'll show you. We have a ridiculous setup in our basement now.
We have a factory.
So should I go 3, 4, or 5 off the ground before I actually start building it into the kill corridor?
Well, that depends. Do you want them to be able to reach it from the ground if they were to reach up and swing at it?
Well, it's going to be a solid block that we're standing on. It's not going to be on stilts like the platform there.
Oh,
So them
well,
reaching up and hitting it, I mean, it's...
in that case, it's kind of irrelevant.
Because going up 6 high is kind of crazy, because I can't see a demolisher blowing up underneath or at the bottom of it anyway. They're going to get up to where they can see us anyway, so... Our biggest issue is going to be stopping our gunfire when they show up.
Well, the answer to your question depends entirely on what it is you're wanting to do here. I mean, obviously kill zombies, but mechanically, what are you trying to achieve? That's gonna answer your question for you.
Well, I want to funnel them into an area that's basically littered with, at first, I'm just going to be putting in blade traps and electric wire. I'm hoping that that'll last for at least a little while. And then, if need be, then I can add in the shotgun turrets in the actual corridor, but the 2 turrets we have are going to have to go on top to keep down the birds.
Right.
I mean, I want them to be able to run into the corridor and just get decimated, so... Now, we probably will not have this finished by the next Horde. So, the next Horde, we're probably going to end up having them run up this and attempt to jump at us in our cage there, and we'll just be shooting them while they're on the platform. Wait, how long is this? 16 long. Okay. That's fine. 12 wide. We're gonna have an opening of 2 for them to run into. We will probably end up running out of resources before we get it that high.
Well, because you're not planning to have it raised on stilts, I don't think we need to worry so much about going high.
Yeah, I think we can get away with only going 3 high, to be honest.
Yes, I don't really think we gain anything by going much higher than that.
Because, I mean, this is going to be a lot of hit points underneath us. I really don't see them trying to go through underneath us. Because they're designed to go the quickest way possible to eat our face.
Right, right, yes.
Let's go ahead and keep it to just the middle for right now. Because I want to see if they'll actually, for the Horde, they'll actually run up it to try to get to us. Because I don't think we're going to get it finished by Horde. Well, we might. Never mind.
Where is the running up going to take place?
Right here.
Okay, so
And then there's going to be one more level above that. So then that'll be there.
okay. Well, if that's the case, then I'll go ahead and drop these.
I really hope this works. I mean, they're going to have 8 blade traps to run through. And a zigzag mesh net of electric wires to go through. Plus, I have to survive our gunfire, so...
Well, the concept is sound. Whether the execution will live up to the billing, I don't know, but the concept is sound.
I'm gonna have to not use... want the wedges and tips to make it less of a slope for them to run up to make it even easier. That's gonna be a tip. That's gonna be the one. Then tip. Big one. Tip. Glad they made more options for the rebar, because making the wet blocks and then upgrading them later was kind of a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Now, there are still some blocks that I'm probably going to need to put in for them to... that are going to be wet blocks, and then I have to upgrade them later, but... as long as it's not everything, we'll be alright. Yep. Tip here. And the tip there. And there. Yeah.
Yep. Just finishes that off.
Having it here is going to make it difficult setting up a way for us to get into the kill floor if things go bad. Honestly, if things go bad, we're probably dead anyway. So
There you go.
It won't be too bad. It'll just take a little bit of creativity. Now you want this back end to come up. Like so, or you have a different plan at this point?
leave it open for right now, and we'll figure it out when we get that far. I have a general concept, not a full plan yet. Concept is getting them in a hallway that's full of death for them.
So are we talking like 12% of a plan?
Like 11,
10 and a half?
the 7.65 maybe. All right, so you've got the floor of the hallway, but you don't have any hallway yet because there's no place for the walls to go, which means we at very least need one more level or one more layer.
All right, time to go back.
Now,
And that's
this level that we're
that's a minimum
adding...
just to get you walls.
Yeah, this level that we're putting them on, that we're putting in now, that's the level that the blade traps are going to be sitting on. Because we want
Correct.
the blades to be sticking out into the middle.
Correct. So if the blades are sitting there, then do you need another layer beside this one for the outer wall?
Outer wall is going to be right out here on the edge. See,
Okay.
what I'm going to do is actually, this is going to be an outer wall right here. Actually, I can go ahead and put this in. So this is where they're going to be coming in at. And then a blade trap is going to be sitting here and here, with the blades sticking into the middle. And then since they're a 3x3, the next blade trap has to be sitting there and there. But I'm also going to have them upside down on the ceiling. So I just don't know how far out I'm going to do. And if I'm actually going to fill in the middle, or if I want to leave it open with like bars or something so we could see the birds and shoot them, or just stick the turrets up there and let them handle it.
Yeah.
Probably a combination of both.
That's what I was thinking. Oh, I'm getting close to running out of concrete. Started out with like 10,000. I think I gave you 5.
Yeah, and I've been out for a little while now, so.
Problem is it takes 20 concrete just to fill one of these. Yeah, I'm out. Now I guess we'll see how we can place these rebar frames with still being able to access them to fill them later. I wanted basically I wanted it wide enough to where we can have the traps and be able to have a protective wall that still has like arrow slits or something in it to where, you know, I can run around behind and repair the traps if needed without them turning in right in the door and running at me, trying to hit me. That would be obnoxious and annoying.
True enough.
And that's it. I'm out of frames.
I have 82 remaining.
Gotta be enough. We're gonna have to make more. Yeah, we'll be able to reach the outside, so just putting them on the wall on the outside should be fine. I still need to get some ramp parts and stuff to be able to make the ramp basically encase the entire front of this, because I don't want any solid front near the opening, because for some stupid reason they made the AI smarter and smarter and smarter, but it will still get stuck in corners and beat through a wall just because something's in front of it.
Yep. One of the places where the AI still is pretty dumb.
Alright, well, I guess we'll go back, see if there's any more concrete at the base, and then we are going to need to put vault doors right here on the back. You know, if we work it right, we'll have an access hatch to the roof, and then we can have just like wooden frames or something that we can use to stair step into the platform if we need to, and take out a couple of these bars. That way we can actually close this off to where there's no opening on the back to even give them the thoughts to try to come up this way. I think that would work better.
Yep. Yeah, we could.
Yeah, go ahead and close that off. Well, I'll just put a roof access because the roof access is going to be pretty high.
For that matter, if we have the ability, we could put a drawbridge up there on the platform, and then just hit the drawbridge and have it drop down, and we go across and then lift it back up.
Actually, that might actually work. All right, back to base so that I can see if I can get the stuff together to make the drawbridge. Since we're out of concrete anyway, may as well.
Right.
I really hate the way they have the turning mechanics on this thing. Oh, and if anybody hasn't realized yet, we've made some massive upgrades to the base. We've been having serious issues with screamers with the increased production that we've been doing, so we had to level up. We have our rebar frames coming out of here, which I'm going to... Okay, the steel one actually needs to be putting out some steel for the next Jeep. How much steel do we have? 179. I believe the Jeep takes... $250. Okay. We'll just go ahead and set it up to do 200 out of this one. Names? Maybe? How many? 14's better than none. There. Alright. So downstairs here, we have our mine, and Phantom had the ingenious idea of starting to replace some of the flooring with wood frames, and then down below I was upgrading and replacing some of the hallways that we were digging with frames and upgrading them, so that eventually we'll probably end up with this crazy wooden multi-level structure in here, because we're going to be digging out all of this stuff because of the insane amount of concrete we need and other resources. So we've got our 10 forges down here, which unfortunately are empty at the moment. Need to get them going again. But when we have them going, even when we're over on the platform, screamers will come over here and beat on it because we're close enough to keep it loaded. And so if Phantom and I aren't here, and Duder's off exploring, then we'll end up with screamers tearing down our base, and we don't want that. And then we've got 4 of these mixers, which look like they've been emptied for the most part. So yeah, looks like it's time to maybe go do some questing for Jen. Since I really don't want to do a bunch of digging on camera, because that's boring. I hate doing it off camera. I definitely don't want somebody to sit there and watch it.
Oh, come on. It's not that bad.
Doesn't bother me any.
Because you're not doing it.
That's why it doesn't bother me, but yeah.
So do we have the stuff for you to be able to make a higher level auger?
I don't know. Let me see what it takes. 15 motor tool parts, 1 handlebars, 1 engine, and 30 forged steel.
Got all that except for the handlebars, which I can make right now. So. Can I make the handlebars in my inventory? No, they have to be in the workbench. Okay, so it's gonna be a little bit.
Well, if you'd hurry up and make another workbench.
Okay, I am crafting 2 more workbenches in my pocket. That should be enough.
That sounds lovely.
Alright, so we are going to get some resources together. Also probably go ahead and do a couple of quests for Jen off camera because reasons. When we come back, we will try to have everything ready to finish the kill floor. Kill corridor, I guess you could call it. And run Horde, I hope. So,
And have eaten supper.
that too. So,
All the things.
thank you for watching.
Yep.
Yep. See you back in a bit.
Later.